Hey everybody, the weather is warming up here in Beacon, New York. I am home from the conference in Texas. I really didn't get a chance to film much more. Funny enough, the sun felt like it rose really late while I was in Dallas. I think just because of where it is in the time zone. The sunrise was a little bit of a different time. You can see that, 7 something in the morning, it really was still dark out. It wasn't good for any kind of vlog. I did just go out for a little walk on the jogging trail. The jogging trail that I showed you really didn't go anywhere, so it's certainly not a place that's built for people to go out for a run. The hotel itself is this big indoor atrium. There's multiple hotels attached to this giant conference center. There was steakhouses, restaurants, all this stuff right there in the hotel. So it was really unique and it was built for conferences. There was nothing to do in the immediate area outside of the hotel. I did get to do a couple other things, like I went and got some, Texas barbecue. I went out to a steakhouse one night with a couple people from my team. So we did go out just a couple times, but it was very limited, and the rest of it was just dedicated entirely to the conference, where I was at the conference starting from breakfast at 8 a.m. till the end of some of the vendor events at 11 p.m. So it was hard to even get the videos out and edit everything around the New York City Half Marathon. And I was just exhausted by the time I got home, and going into this week, haven't really done any running yet. So we're going to get back to running today, see how everything feels, just trying to stay loose at this point, trying to get a little bit of mileage in on the road. And then really at this point, as things warm up and the snow starts to melt off of Mount Beacon, we're going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit, and I'm really going to be dedicating a lot of time to the trails and running up on Mount Beacon, because we're coming up on the Breakneck Ridge Half Marathon, which includes basically climbing and descending Mount Beacon, Breakneck Ridge, and a couple other spots. There's 3 or 4 peaks during that race, so it's going to be a tough one. The goal right now is just to do better than last year, which I was very close to breaking 4 hours in a very tough half marathon. So that'll be kind of on my mind as we get into this. I'll talk about it a little bit more later, maybe recap last year and see where I can make some improvements. But for now, shooting for that 4-hour mark, and the next few weeks we'll just be getting used to the trails again and getting my cardio back up with some real running, again in that trail environment. We've got a nice little 2-miler today, 60 degrees more or less Fahrenheit today, although the sun's going away, so it's a little bit cooler now. But yeah, 60 degrees, a little bit of rain coming in, so warming up, but just try and get this run in before the rain. Keep it simple, keep it pretty easy. I might try and go a little bit faster at the end just to loosen up my legs after, the New York City Half Marathon. This is the first run I've done, so we'll see. Let's see how everything feels. Get a nice run. All right, 2 miles done, a little quicker than I thought, but overall the heart rate was pretty controlled. And yeah, it's a really nice smell out. It's
that smell of fresh like rainfall. Since it just started raining right now. I don't know if you can picture it, just that fresh water and grass like as it starts to rain sometimes. It smells really good, but the rain's on and off. It's honestly not too bad. I'm more sweaty than rained on probably. So either way, we'll go back inside. I've got a couple last little things to show you, wrap up the video. We'll talk about the run really quick, even though it was a short one, and then I'll be on my way. So let's get inside.
Okay, we got back inside, and what I did do is I stopped back at my post office box, and I finally had that package that I had mentioned probably over a month ago for these little drink additives called Water Drop. And ultimately they say their goal is to help you drink more water. I will talk about these in a future video. I did get the box though. I'll show you a little bit of just how it comes and packaged. It's relatively inexpensive, so it's definitely something that, you know, we'll see. I'll let you know if I think you should try it in an upcoming video, like I said, where I'll just mention it a little bit more. I did put some in a glass for myself here, a little bit fancy. I've got a little wine glass of just water, and then I used this Boost packet. It takes about a minute to like dissolve. It almost looks like effervescent like Alka-Seltzer, but it ends up just being regular water once it's done. So like I said, I'll be trying these. I'll see if they taste good and see if I feel any better or any different. But I think ultimately, you know, as you know, an athlete, amateur or professional, you have a relationship with water already. You need it. So I don't think necessarily for us it's going to be something that like helps us drive more water in our diets or whatever. But if it's something that you know, struggle with, like drinking sodas or other like fizzy beverages, who knows, maybe it's something that you could use as an option. And I think for other people that aren't necessarily, you know, running all the time or doing all these activities, they maybe just don't get as much water. And I think something like this could help somebody along those lines. We'll see. I'll taste it. I'll get back to you on that. But for the run today, we finished, it was about 2.03 miles to get really specific, about 9:03 per mile and 146 beats per minute as the heart rate. Like I said, faster than a normal easy run for me, but I just wanted to shake out the cobwebs. It had been a week. I'd been on 2, 3 to 4 hour plane rides over the last week. So a lot of just staying still, sitting at conferences, sitting in different lectures and presentations. So I just needed to loosen up, and it felt good to just go a little bit quicker and get the legs turning over just a little bit more. And that's what led me to a little bit quicker run today. So we're back at it. Like I said, going up on the hills, probably on Wednesday will be my next run out on the mountains. Gonna try and do that short full Bull Hill loop that we were just checking out the other weeks. We'll get out there on Wednesday, like I said, hopefully. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll give you some more on this Water Drop product very soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.